A woman that inspires me to achieve greatness is my grandmother. She is my biggest cheerleader. She, as a young woman and a mother and the primary breadwinner of her family, was able to overcome many stereotypes that are typically in place for men. She never let negativity and obstacles weigh her down. She always faced the world head on. And she is the embodiment of what I aspire to be in the future.
A woman for me, in my opinion, that inspires me is Harriet Tubman. The reason why is because in a tough situation, in a tough time, she made a solution for a problem that was affecting everyone in America specifically, which was slavery. And the solution she came up with was very out of the box and wasn't really something that men back in the day would assume a woman would come up with, especially since slavery was something that they thought back then was something that wouldn't be initially solved or changed.
That will actually be my mother. Witnessing her working 2 jobs as a single mother of 3, that has inspired me to do more. And one day, I would like, instead of her providing for me, I would like to provide for her.
And a lady that has inspired me is Mae Jemison. She is the first African American lady to go into space as well as getting into NASA. This inspires me because she didn't allow her skin color to define her or also stop her from accomplishing her dreams. She also didn't play the victim card, so she didn't let anything stop her from accomplishing what she wanted to do.
If I had to be the first woman to accomplish something, I would want to be the first woman to find a cure to Alzheimer's. When I was younger, my great-grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I would remember many family members being able to tell memories that she was in, but she particularly could not remember herself. That later on made me realize how precious the human mind can be. First, a memory and a story in someone's life can be the embodiment of them, but later on just turn into a statement and not the story it is.
To become president, I would like to become president because it would also show other girls my age that we all have the ability to do things that a man can do. We can also promote more gender equality.
I would say become a CEO of a company that's worldwide known and be able to make a lot of money off of it, and also be able to be recognized by men, white men specifically, who usually are the CEOs of everything or who are the ones that are most successful in the business world. And with that money, I would say I would try to make programs for women who aren't able to get the schooling and be able to learn like people who are middle class or higher. So,
I know I want to get my bachelor's in finance, and maybe I want that title to involve finance, but I would definitely want that title to involve being a Hispanic, because I feel like being a Hispanic and a woman, those are the 2 main things that identify me.
So life during the pandemic kind of sucked. Pretty boring, being at home most of the time. I wouldn't necessarily say there were any successes, and probably the main challenge was to be able to adapt to a new learning environment.
I would say my pandemic experience was very difficult and very hard compared to last grade, where everything was person to person. My grades were not doing that well because of a challenge I faced, which was paying attention and getting work done, since you're in a place where you're usually sleeping or relaxing or not really paying attention to work. However, I would say that people that were around me, for example, my teachers and parents, helped me get back to where I am or where I'm supposed to be. So that was a success. So.
Challenging but manageable. Some successes I have had with my learning experience is that I have never been alone through the process. If any help was given, I took it, and if I need any help, it was always given. So I never felt alone through my learning process. Some challenges that I have faced throughout my learning process is time management. I struggle with finding time for myself while also completing all of my schoolwork. But in time, that has been something that I have learned to work on.
One of the great things that I believe I've done as the pandemic has affected our education is adapting my time and my job and my social life with our education, the changes in the schedules and communicating through online forms, whether it's email or video cameras. I believe that I've done a great job at adapting and not letting the pandemic affect our grades, my grades. But one of the things that has been challenging is communication, because sometimes the emails, sometimes we don't see emails, sometimes it's hard to schedule a call between two different schedules, but I believe I've done a great job at adapting the pandemic with my education.